Hey Leo, let's see what's going on in your love life. This is a tarot love reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and of course for any of you lovely cross watchers dealing with a Leo romantically. Now please keep in mind, Leo, these are general readings. They may or may not resonate, and you are always welcome here on my channel to take what works and leave the rest. So we're jumping right into it today, my lovely lions, and let's see what could be coming toward Leo in love. First message coming out today for Leo, we have got the Six of Pentacles. Now, the Six of Pentacles is always an interesting energy to come out in a love reading, Leo, because it's a card about balance, reciprocity, give and take within a relationship. So sometimes it can indicate that there is some sort of situation romantically where maybe things are feeling a little bit out of balance right now. This can even be the energy of somebody who's been giving you breadcrumbs, maybe even stringing you along a little bit, where maybe it feels to you, Leo, like you've been putting in a lot more effort, a lot more initiative. Maybe they haven't been reciprocating in a balanced way. So the Six of Pentacles can sometimes indicate a frustration with a romantic situation where there's an imbalance in terms of what you're giving and what you're receiving. But we're gonna have to see where it goes. It could also be an indicator that if you're currently dealing with a situation that feels out of balance in your love life, things could potentially be shifting to bring the circumstances into a better sense of balance. So let's just keep going and see where it takes us. Tell me more about what could be coming toward Leo right now. Page of Swords. Somebody's definitely reaching out to you to talk. This is air energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I definitely feel that there is communication coming your way, Leo. Somebody has something important that they need to say to you. Somebody wants to have a conversation. Somebody's going to be reaching out to break the ice, open up a conversation, communicate about something that's been on their mind, express something that they've been feeling. So it's probably related to that Six of Pentacles. So maybe if somebody's been distant, maybe if somebody's been unavailable within your connection, perhaps they're coming towards you with some sort of explanation for what exactly has been going on. Tell me more, please, about what could be coming toward Leo right now. And then the Justice card. Wow. So we've got Libra energy. Here's what I think, you guys. Things are definitely balancing out because we now have two cards in the overall energy that have a theme of balance attached to them. So take a look. You can see in this card, this individual is holding scales, which represents balance. And we already talked about how the Six of Pentacles is also a card of balance. And so I'm feeling hopeful because the Justice card can sometimes indicate a person coming in to kind of like make up for an injustice, right? Somebody coming in to apologize, somebody coming to say that they're sorry. So I wonder if what's happening here is that you've been dealing with someone who, like I said, has maybe not been as available, maybe not pulling their weight within the connection, holding back, not being emotionally open, whatever it is, right? Take it if and how it connects. But I feel like they're coming towards you. They're realizing the error of their ways. They're realizing that maybe they haven't been stepping it up. They haven't been contributing to the relationship in the way that they should. And now they're coming towards you. They're going to explain that and they're going to say, sorry, like, here's what's been going on. Here's why I've been distant. Here's why I've been distracted. I'm really sorry. I want to make things right. I want to make amends. Right? That's that Justice energy there. So very interesting overall vibe today, Leo. So what we're going to do for the rest of the reading is we're actually going to look more at this person and we're going to look more at you to dig a little bit deeper into this dynamic. So we're going to look at their overall energy right now, what they could be feeling, what they could be doing. I'll look at the same thing for you and then we'll look at the potential outcome. So let's just kind of dig into it. So tell me about this person who Leo is involved with, please. Interesting. Seven of Cups, first card coming out for your person. That's very telling, Leo, because the Seven of Cups can be a card of confusion, being uncertain about what we want. Here's the thing, you guys. You could be dealing with someone who's been getting their head straight, you know? Maybe they haven't really been sure what they've been looking for. Because here's the thing. Sometimes we meet somebody and we're not really clear what we want. And I almost feel like that's what could have happened with your person. It's like the two of you connected and then they had to seriously start thinking, like, what do I want here? Do I want a relationship? Do I want something committed? Do I want something casual? Like, I almost feel that this card is indicating that your person hasn't quite figured out exactly what they want. And maybe that's why they haven't fully jumped in, because they haven't figured out, like, what are their goals? What are their priorities when it comes to dating? There could also be some sort of, like, I don't know, confusing situation in their life. Maybe there's been some sort of situation with choices and options. Maybe they've been distracted because there's something big going on in their life as well. But I do see that there is a bit of an uncertain energy surrounding this person. Tell me more about them, please, the Lovers. But they're starting to realize that they have these really big feelings for you. So here's the thing. Maybe, Leo, this person connected with you and maybe they didn't even really think much about it. You know what I mean? It's like you guys were hanging out, having fun, having a good time. And now they're developing these really big feelings for you. Could be a Gemini who you're dealing with here, right? So they're at this point where they're like, oh my goodness, now I'm developing these really big feelings for Leo. Now I have to actually get clear about what I want. And so they might be in this interesting position where maybe this is even somebody when the two of you met, they weren't even necessarily looking for love. You guys end up connecting, they're having these feelings for you, and now they're just trying to get clear about what they want and being like, oh, I'm actually falling really hard for Leo, so now I need to start, giving to this relationship in a more serious way, a more balanced way. Tell me more about their energy, please. Knight of Wands, wow. So you could be dealing with a fellow fire sign, a Leo, Aries, or a Sagittarius. They're obviously very attracted to you, Leo. They're obviously very passionate about you. And guess what? This is a card of momentum. You can see in the imagery, there is action being taken. So I actually kind of love this because it's like for your person's overall energy, we started with the Seven of Cups, which is like that confusing energy, not knowing what they want. But then it's almost like there's a wake-up call with the lovers where they realize they have these big feelings for you. And then that propels them forward with the Knight of Wands where they're like, I got to start stepping it up. I got to start showing up in this relationship. I got to start pursuing Leo and I got to start letting Leo know how much I love them. You could potentially be seeing a shift in this person where around the time of watching this video, Leo, they're moving from a place of uncertainty and a lack of clarity and focusing their energy and their attention on you more directly and kind of making it clear that they do want something serious with you. Okay, so let's see what they could be feeling, please. The Three of Swords. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Part of the reason, if they've been hesitant, Leo, part of the reason could be that they're still healing from something. I would not be surprised if this person went through a bad breakup before and like literally said to themselves, that's it, I'm never gonna date again, right? Have you ever been there? I almost feel like all of us have been there at one point or another after a bad breakup where it's like, that's it, I'm never gonna date again. I feel like that was almost like a promise that your person made to themselves. They went through a bad breakup and they're like, that's it, it's over. I'm never dating. I'm never gonna get into anything serious. Like I'm just gonna casually hang out with people. And so they're bringing that emotional baggage, right? And this is showing up in their feelings. So when they connected with you, it could have been a bit of a surprise. The feelings that they have for you have probably caught them off guard, Leo, especially if they were in this mindset of like, I'm never gonna be in love again. I'm never gonna let myself fall for somebody. And then they start falling for you and they're like, oh shit, now I gotta do something about these feelings. But I do see that there is an emotional wound here, obviously, because we've got the Three of Swords in their feelings. And I feel like whatever that emotional wound is partly at least what's contributing to some uncertainty. So I think that's something your person is working through at this point in time, right? What else could they be feeling? The Hermit, oh good. This is what they're working through at this point in time. Sometimes I say something and then I pull a card and I'm like, that's literally what I just said. So we got the Hermit, which is Virgo energy. It's a very introspective, very contemplative energy. So I think your person is actually doing a lot of deep reflection with that Hermit energy where they're like, yeah, I know I've got this emotional baggage, but like, do I want that to hold me back in my connection with Leo? I don't think so. Tell me more, please. And then the Five of Pentacles. Okay. Here's the thing, you guys. They are terrified of being abandoned. They are terrified of being left out in the cold. I'm gonna say that this person, whoever their ex is, really did a number on them, okay? I am definitely getting the sense that they went through an incredibly painful breakup. It really felt like they were abandoned. It really felt like they were left out in the cold. I mean, I think our hearts can go out to this kind of energy because I think a lot of us have been in the same place, right? I think it's very relatable. And not to excuse any of their inconsistency or distant behavior, to be clear, but I can kind of see what the issue is here, potentially. It's like they're scared of getting hurt again, okay? Am I saying it's okay that they're uncertain and unclear? I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm saying it's understandable if they have had these experiences of being really hurt before and then being scared to really fall for somebody again. And, the way that I look at it, and I've said this to you before on my channel, you can agree or disagree with me, I do not personally feel we need to be fully healed before we get into another relationship. I don't think that's realistic in my opinion. Because I think sometimes people are like, oh, you have to completely be over what happened in your past in order to have a new partner. I just don't think life is that clear. Like life is messy, feelings are messy. So sometimes what happens is we meet somebody, so you and this person meet, but guess what? They're coming into it as an imperfect person, as we all are, carrying their emotional baggage and the stuff that's happened. They have history, we all have it. And so to me, it's not necessarily a problem that they have history. That's actually not a problem at all. But I think the important thing that I'm gonna say, Leo, is like, make sure they're dealing with it. Because I think that's the thing. It's not a problem if you still got things to work on and things that you wanna heal, but I do think you have to be like taking accountability and taking responsibility for that healing journey. I'm hoping, especially with that Hermit energy, that it really is indicating that your person is taking the time right now to reflect and think about their past, and specifically how the past is showing up right now and impacting your connection, right? Because I think they need to resolve that in order to bring this connection into a greater sense of balance where they're really showing up in the way that you need them to. So what actions are they taking? The Emperor, good. That's Aries energy. I think this is them realizing that they actually feel really confident in the connection. They don't want to lose you. What else? Queen of Pentacles, wow. I feel like this is them getting emotionally stable, getting grounded. We did see some emotional turmoil for your person, but I think they're moving to a much greater sense of stability with that Emperor and with that Queen of Pentacles, right? And then the World. Okay. I actually think this is really good, honestly. The World is about wrapping up a cycle, right? And moving on to something new. I am getting the sense here that they could be dealing with their emotional baggage. And guess what, Leo? Once they deal with that, once they, work through those issues, what I see here is that they create space in their heart, right? Space for even more love for you to grow and to flourish. So even though things might be feeling a little bit uncertain between you and this person right now, I do feel like the tarot is suggesting that your person, first of all, is falling in love with you with that Lovers card. They do want to move forward with you, but they're realizing they have this emotional baggage, but they don't want to let that hold them back from pursuing this connection fully between the two of you. So they're actively taking steps right now to get some sort of sense of closure about that past situation so that they can open their heart to you. So that's what I see for them. So let's look at you. Tell me about Leo's energy right now. Ace of Cups, okay. I kind of feel like this is just you being really excited about them and also falling in love with them back, right? Tell me more, please. The Magician, but you do feel like there's something going on with them. And I think you are correct. You're probably picking up on the fact that they've been struggling to like fully give their heart to you and fully go in on this connection for all of the reasons we've talked about in depth already, right? So there's part of you that's like, I'm so excited about this connection. I want to give my heart to this person. But you're like, I can tell there's something weighing on them. I can tell there's something going on that they're not fully talking to me about, right? So you can probably sense this. And then the Six of Cups, interesting. So this could indicate that maybe you feel that there's something from their past weighing them down, because the Six of Cups can be connected to past energy. Six of Cups can also just show up when we feel a really strong soul connection with somebody. So this might be an indicator that you feel an incredibly strong bond with this person. It kind of feels like you've known them forever. You've known them, before, even if you've just met them or met them recently, right? So I think you definitely have feelings for this person, but you're like, I can tell there is something holding them back here. What could Leo be feeling, please? The Empress, okay. Your person had the Emperor, you have the Empress. I think you're falling for them too. Like, honestly, I see two people really falling for each other within this reading, Leo. Tell me more. The Knight of Cups. You've got all these loving romantic feelings that you're developing for them, right? You're definitely having big feelings about this person, Leo, like for sure. Tell me more. High Priestess, holy shit. Seriously, guys, let's take a look at your feelings. These are three really nice cards. The Empress, the Knight of Cups, and the High Priestess. Like, holy smokes, you guys. These are probably some of the better cards to get in somebody's feelings within a love reading. High Priestess, to me, feels like a deep spiritual soul connection. So even if you've been feeling uncertain about where things stand with you and this person, I feel like you've been patient. You've been waiting because you're like, I feel there is something here, like something significant, a soul connection. So even if you feel with that Magician, like there's something going on that might be holding them back, I think you're holding out hope that they're going to come around. So you're kind of just like maybe being patient with that process while they figure it out, because they're worth it. I'm getting like they're worth it. They're worth the risk. Like you're willing to wait a little bit because you feel confident that they'll get there, right? Okay, so what actions could Leo be taking? The moon. I think you're trying to get them to open up. I think what you're doing is you're trying to create like a safe space where they'll start to feel comfortable opening up, because right now, I think they're kind of keeping their feelings inside. They're not really talking about what's happening, and you just want to know more. And I think you're trying to show them like, I'm here for you, I'm available when and if you want to talk. And then that's why I think we see that Page of Swords and Justice energy in the overall energy, where it's like they're finally getting to the place where they're ready to move towards you and communicate. Okay, what other actions could Leo be taking? Six of Wands, yeah. I think you're just like taking steps to move the relationship in a good direction. Six of Wands is like victory and success. I think you're feeling hopeful that this will all work out. What else? Nine of Pentacles. Okay, your energy is kind of amazing today, Leo. So the Nine of Pentacles is somebody who is confident, somebody who's self-assured, somebody who knows their value, somebody who knows their worth. So it's always tough when we're dealing with a romantic situation where somebody is being uncertain, right? That's not a comfortable place to be. That does not feel good. And so what I see here is that in the midst of your person sorting out their feelings, you're just like, you're being patient. And the thing with the Nine of Pentacles as well is that that person is confident. You are confident, Leo. So another really good thing is that when you're in the Nine of Pentacles, you're not gonna like make their issues your own, if that makes sense. Like, I think you know this person has strong feelings for you. So you're not gonna get into this place where you're like, do they really love me? Do they really like me? I think you confidently know that they do, and you have enough insight and self-awareness to be like, I see they're going through something. I know it's not about me, so I'm gonna give them some space to process it and continue to let them know that I'm here to support them. Like, your energy feels very evolved and very mature. So, moment of truth. Let's see what the potential outcome is here. Five of Wands. Okay, hashing out the issues, getting this shit out in the open, right? Tell me more, please. Ace of Pentacles, which leads to a new beginning. Deeper connection. Ace of Pentacles is about loyalty and devotion. Holy shit, look at this, you guys. Two aces in the outcome does not happen often, by the way, if you watch my channel, like at all. That is not a common thing. The aces are really good because they're about new beginnings. So in the outcome, we start with the Five of Wands. To me, this is starting to hash things out, get things out in the open. It indicates like you're starting to talk about these things. It might not necessarily be easy conversations all the time, but it's like you're finally communicating about what's going on. And guess what? That leads the two of you to this brand new beginning. As I already said, Ace of Pentacles about loyalty and devotion. Ace of Swords is that wake-up call, that epiphany, that clear communication, moving forward together where you've had these conversations. You've cleared the air, everything is out in the open so that the two of you can move forward and really start to build this connection. So does something need to be brought back into balance here? I do think it does, right? And I think we've talked about what it is. I think your person needs to deal with whatever is weighing on them emotionally and holding them back. It looks like they're working on it, and the outcome here is very promising to suggest that things are going to move forward between the two of you. And it's kind of like once you clear out this stuck energy, the two of you can focus on the next step of your journey of essentially building this beautiful life together. So that's what I see for you today, Leo. If you enjoyed this reading, you know what to do. Give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And of course, I wish you love and happiness always, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.